welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I start up my new Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. I now have the definitive edition, essentially. Basically, it's everything that's been released for Pillars of Eternity from the beginning, where it released on, was it March 2015, to where they got the first White March DLC update on August 2015, and then the second one on February 2016, and now also including the Deadfire DLC, which I think has some items and some like pirate-themed costumes, and that released on November 2017. So I got it all. It's all here. I did fail in my first attempt to go through and play Pillars of Eternity. It just kind of got backseated, backburnered, and just kind of forgotten about. And this time I'm going to endeavor to play through it much quicker pace and stick with it and see the conclusion of it. So I hope you guys are all up for that. You're eager, you're excited. If you guys want to see some sneak peeks of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, I have that on the channel. Go check it out. Basically, right now all I have up as of recording this is basically character creation. I went through a little bit more in depth, the different races, the different classes, and their subclasses, which is pretty cool for Pillars of Eternity 2. And then essentially I went out and I just immediately left the town, found a group of guys, and got slaughtered by them. It was horrible. It was nightmare-inducing, but there will be more videos to come where I actually will play through a little bit on my own in this like pre-access or pre-early access, pre-release, there it is, that's the word, pre-release beta build that I have. And I will play through a little bit and then hopefully get into some engagements and battles where you can actually see what's going on and everything else. And yep, on April 3rd or whenever the embargo releases for the full Let's Play to be able to start, that's when I'll start that. So, enough rambling, enough babbling, guys and gals. I apologize. I hate doing that at the beginning of videos, but sometimes there's just some info that you need. That being said, let's hop in and start. Now, I've wanted to go with the harder difficulty level, but considering I didn't actually succeed in my last attempt, I'm going to stick with normal. I know. Hopefully this goes well. It lets me move quickly, and we'll be able to actually beat it. And if that's the case, it'll get me a little bit more confident for our future endeavor of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, where maybe I'll be able to play it on a harder difficulty. I'm not going to go with expert mode. I still want to see some of the helper features just to make sure I know everything I can possibly know moving forward. So again, this is a very late in the game Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, but we're going to hop in and we're going to start. I have a rough idea what I want to do for my character, so it shouldn't take me too long in character creation. It's not going to be as in-depth as my previous attempt, where I read through all the different races and all the different classes and everything else. But there you have it. So it's Pillars of Eternity. I'm excited. You guys should be excited. It's a fantastic game. I really enjoyed playing it, and I'm going to enjoy playing it once again. So I'll let you guys sit here and enjoy the opening sequence, I guess.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, so there we go, the story so far. Now, it's been a while since I've last played, so there's going to be a bit of learning, but that's okay. It's all part of what we're doing right now anyhow. I do kind of know what I want my character to be. I did play, I think it was about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. But I believe I'm going to be an Aumawa. I have no idea how to pronounce this guy's name. But we're going to basically be that. We're going to be coastal, towering physique, gains a bonus to defend against prone and stun effects. That's fine. And I'm going to be a druid, actually. Animists at heart, druids. I mean, you guys can read all this stuff if you want to pause and just check it out. But basically, we have shape-shifting abilities, and we have some spells. It's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to roll out with that, and I'm going to want to be able to shapeshift. Me personally, I'd want to go into a bear, and I may still do that, but I might choose the boar. Let me see. Each of the different classes have something specific. This has got damage reduction and terrifying roar. The boar regenerates lost endurance and inflicts damage over time with its attacks. I think I might go with the boar. I'm not going to go with the cat. It's fast and can burst into even faster attacks. Meh. The stag doesn't seem too bad. Has higher defense and can attack groups of enemies. And then, of course, we finally have the wolf, which can knock enemies prone. I think I'm going to go with the boar. So we're going to be a boar shape-shifting druid. So might and intellect are two of our more important skills. I think I'm going to go up with a full 20. I'm going to lower my perception a little bit. That lowers my accuracy, huh? I don't really think we can lower too much stuff. Resolve. Concentration will. Intellect is going to be pretty darn important for us. I'm going to go with 15. Maybe I'm just going to go with like 17. Maybe 18 there. We're going to go with 12. Yeah, I guess that's okay. We'll see. Again, I don't know how to min-max, guys and gals. Just be aware. Like, I am not amazingly good at this game. So keep in mind that there will be lots of mistakes. I'm sure somebody can make a perfect build for a druid. I'm not that person. I hopefully didn't completely butcher myself here with the skills and stats and whatnot. So we'll see how it plays out. Alright, we can have +2. Give me one sec here. Intellect and might. We can be part of a deer and get +1 to resolve. Dexterity. 1 to resolve from the ixamiddle planes. 1 to intellect. What is that? Is that just a two-handed axe? I'm kind of liking that. I'm digging that a little bit. There's some constitution. A little buckler with a spear. The living lands is might. I think I'm going to go with the white that wins. It's perception. Maybe not. It does look like, just from a aesthetic look, that does look kind of cool. I don't know how important perception was. So I'm going to say that we're going to go with maybe the living lands. +1 might. It's a tough call. No, I'm going with the old Valia. That's it. We're going to get +1 to our intellect, and we're going to have our cool little, hopefully, two-handed axe. I don't know if it is or isn't, but that's what we're rolling with. I'm probably going to regret it, but we're rolling with it. Alright, in our background, we can have lore, survival, stealth, mechanics, athletics, lore, mechanics, athletics, survival, athletics, lore, stealth, survival, stealth, lore, or lore. So we have 2 that have lore as an option. Dissident. I think I'm going to go with the dissident. You've made a name for yourself as a troublemaker. Disrespect for authority and a lack of care regarding the rules are recurring themes in your life. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we can change our primary and our secondary. We'll roll out with maybe like a, is there a darker green? That's kind of meh. Well, the secondary is a red. It's fine. I don't care. Hair's fine. Skin's fine too. I think we look okay. We don't really look like our picture though. Oh. Yeah, let's go with that. We can't do any facial hair, huh? Looks like we can change our head slightly. We could potentially change our hair. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to roll out with that. We are going to be...
What is it? Now I am the leader of the group.
Shh. I'm here. I'm flattered.
Stand together!
Quickly and quietly. Yeah? I've got this.
Nice and slow.
Yeah. Follow me.
Let's go!
Let's keep quiet. Yes?
Leading the way. Charge!
I think that's the one. Alright, and we are going to be a player named Gus. That's it right there. Oh, by the way, guys and gals, I don't know if I mentioned this in any of my other videos. I'm pretty sure I did in one of my vlog videos or something. But if I didn't, all my characters that are going to be like this, where it's like a single character or an offshoot character that I'm going to play through in RPGs or whatever the case is, I'm going to be going back to my favorite television show of all time, Psych, and I'm going to be pulling one of the many, many, many names that Gus was handed down from his boy Sean or whoever the case is, or any of the random names throughout there. So a player named Gus was one that he was on his little radio show. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going with. And bam, a player named Gus is born, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag Psych is awesome. Alright, let's begin officially. Welcome to the Gilded Vale. There are a lot of people here. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be.
That's not good.
There's a stinging beetle around here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Oh, lovely.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it.
Huh.
Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
All right.
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Okay, so Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfil, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. Sparfil nods and slides a worn bow over his shoulder. All right, where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Okay, and what are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear.
Huh.
Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
He adds with a wink. All right, who did build the ruins?
Got
then?
different names for them.
He
Settlers
shrugs.
called them Inguithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Okay, is it dangerous out there?
Not if you
Out
hurry
here.
about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. All right, well, what kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
A Buick, huh? Sure it's not a Buick? It's fine. What are these huge rocks coming up out of the
They don't
ground?
got Audra where you come from?
He frowns.
Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Interesting.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up.
Huh.
Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Interesting.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Well, it's fair. All right, I'm going to go get those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Nice. He scans over to the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey nights sleeping on an uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
Kalisha, the woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
Lovely.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Heh.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
Odema chuckles and shakes his head. He looks at you and then says the first line, and then he casts a sidelong glance and tells her that he pays
Off with
too
you.
much.
Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out.
His
We're in harsh country.
His grin recedes
Get your berries and
beneath
hurry
his
back.
mustache.
And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. I don't know how to... Okay, so that's how we move the camera.
Stay quiet.
That's sneaking. That opens up all the nameplates. That's fine. I think I sort of want to leave that way. I'm not sure that I will, though. These tall glass green pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadows dancing within. Okay, what do we have over here? A caravaneer. Looks like we have some sort of chest or lockpick thing. Which it does not look like we will succeed. So I'll ignore it. We can come over here and we can loot ourselves some deer wooden clothing, was it? So we got it all, okay. And we can zoom out just a bit. That's good.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Sundries, you say? I'm going to gather up those things. I don't know that I want to necessarily talk to him, but we can see. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothing. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He shakes his head and laughs when he notices you. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
You know what? I don't think we need to do much here other than actually just finish up the mission. So, like I said, for streamlining purposes, I have done this little area a few times. I have a rough idea of what I'm doing. So we're going to run around. I do want to see what kind of weapon I have, though. I am curious. And it looks like we have ourselves a ring, which adds Gown's Pledge. Just going to kind of glance through to shield the wearer from a myriad of perils. Protect the dignity. I'm not sure what it does. Doesn't seem to say, but I imagine it'll probably give us some extra special item. We also have the giant miniature space piglet, which sounds weird because it's giant and miniature at the same time. And we're equipped with better items than we have picked up so far, so that's okay. Alright, oh, right, the whole point of checking that was, is this a two-handed weapon? It is. We have a poleaxe. A fallen tree doesn't budge, or the fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from a jagged
trying to
wound
lift that thing tomorrow.
in its trunk. So apparently that's what we're going to have to maneuver to get our crew out tomorrow. It's okay. What is the fast button? D is double speed. What is half speed? S. Okay. Well, there's Sparfle. Hey, buddy. Get me my water yet?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Okay, man. Thanks, with your super deep voice. It's gonna be all like, I'll get you your water when I want to get you your water. Stream's gonna be there all the time. You can just deal with it. There was a deer who just ran away from me. Hey, there's some dead people. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign any way you figure it. Corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark, crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. This one has other stuff that I'm going to take. What's that thing? Oh, whatever it is, I can't seem to do anything with it.
Stay quiet.
Okay, doesn't look like there's any looting to be done over here. So we're going to continue onward. Going to activate fast mode. Speaking of modes, so we can turn into a boar if we're in combat. We have the ability of second wind. We also have all these additional spells that seem to be available to us, which is good. And this restores a moderate amount of endurance to the wearer each time it's used, and it's 2 times per rest.
Of course.
So it is actually another heal. Well, that's good. It's good to know. It does help a bit. Okay, we're going to move around. Oh, found some mushrooms. The burned lady. Been added to our stash that we apparently have somewhere. Okay, if we look at our map, we've nearly covered the whole area.
Let's check by those out.
Oh, there's a young wolf. So anytime we get into combat, ladies and gents, there will be a little bit of the old stuff. Let's see here. What spells do we have? Charm Beast. Oh, that's kind of cool. It says Dancing Bolts. Someone's a flurry of thin bolts of lightning hitting enemies in an area. Okay.
Croppins.
Does it also hit allies? That was pretty
Of
easy.
course.
Okay, well, we got ourselves a wolf hide. I mean, I'm all for that.
Shh.
Okay, so there's something
This is
over
it.
here. Those are the spring berries. Dissident. I got it on good authority that you're some kind of troublemaker, or at least you were in your old life. For some I was. I fought for a rebellion. You might say that. I was a spy for a time. That's why they put me in jail. I'm gonna go with option 1 there. Yeah? How is it you happened to come here? Well, we lost. Well, we were fighting for a rebellion. I'm exiled from my own homeland. We won the war, but the new government, the one we bled for, ended up being much worse. I've had my fill of war and bloodshed. Number 2. I know what that feels like. You really can't trust anyone, can you? Felicia breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of the lot? It's hard. It's a hard offer to pass up. No, I'm just passing through. I haven't given it much thought. Hard offer to pass up. Well, you won't find many offers like it in these parts, believe me. Got some big plan in store? Well, to settle here and start a new life. I'm gonna lay low for a while, try not to draw too much attention to myself. Getting filthy rich? I have no idea what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna start a new life. Well, who knows? Raedric plays well enough. Maybe we end up neighbors. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Well, why are you here? Galicia sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out. And that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamiddle. I'm sure I'm butchering that. I'll hopefully learn how to say it soon. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than I. So, I'm here, and we'll see. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders, too. We started in the Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rautuai, I've got nothing, and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale, she's the only real home buddy. Well, can you tell me about the Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them, in fact, have been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check on him, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Alright. Oh, feeling pretty good about this. Things are going our way. We are about out of time for the episode, guys and gals. Which is fine. This path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually head down to where Sparfle is, and I believe there's going to be a battle near there. And then, after we win that battle, we're going to probably return back to the... we'll break off the episode, and then we'll see what's
you left
next.
The water skins. Come on.
You
Not
left
good.
it? Okay. So there's some beer there. And then over here is the skins. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply toward the tree line. You have gained an item. Full water skin. Alright. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Kalisha frowns and says. Sparfle's toe catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Oh, noes!
Ambush!
It's an ambush. Well, they really thought this through, didn't they? Alright, I think it's time to go boar, I guess? I don't... Yeah, sure. Alright, we're gonna go take you on, and let's see what happens. Oh my god, I'm a weird man boar. I don't know what to think about this. It's a little weird. I do some damage though. I like that. Fear my man boriness. My man boritude? Now, is that possible to do every... It's once per encounter, so I really gotta make sure I get stuff done once I do that. Alright, so we're going to gather all this stuff up. We need to get back to camp to see what's going down, because apparently there's some seriously bad Juju Magumbo going down. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is a tale for another time. In the next episode, we will go back to camp, and I believe we will, well, we'll probably get through most of, if not all of the very, very early on starting stuff, the kind of the tutorial, we'll say, of Pillars of Eternity. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Let's Play. It is fresh, it is new. We've just started it, and I am looking forward to playing it through to completion. You should see several episodes coming up real shortly. I'm probably going to have to wait till the weekend before I can do a big bulk recording, but just keep your eyes here, guys and gals, for all things Pillars of Eternity related. Please go ahead and leave a like down below if you did enjoy this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you would be so kind. And yeah, till the very next episode, Bumpy McSquigums, thanks for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.